Some truths prefer to grow where no careless eye can trample them. Some dreams are seeds that would rather rest in the dark, gathering strength far from the echo of other people's opinions. When you speak too soon, your vision becomes a fragile sprout, exposed to winds it was never meant to face. Silence is a womb. Within it, ideas form their bones, stretch their limbs, learn to breathe on their own. Every time you reveal what your soul is quietly building, you invite the world's projections, doubts, fears, subtle jealousies you may never see on the surface. These doubts are not always cruel. Sometimes they come wrapped in good intentions. A friend's question, an innocent, "Are you sure?" The raised eyebrow of someone who does not dream as you do. These are weeds that wrap around the tender roots you've just planted. Have you ever felt this? The sudden rush of excitement when you tell someone your plan, only to feel it slip through your fingers hours later? Your brain, tricked by the dopamine of confession, believes it has already done the work. It celebrates a victory that does not exist yet. And so the fire cools before it ever had the chance to become a blaze. Ancient mystics knew this. In hidden chambers, they whispered sacred formulas, wrote down prayers in symbols that only the initiated could read. Why? Because they understood the raw force of the unspoken word. They knew that too much exposure dissolves the magic. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." But not everything in you should be dragged into daylight at once. Your vision must root deep in the dark soil of your subconscious before it can stand upright in the winds of the world. Think of an unopened bud. No gardener pulls at its petals to force the bloom. No wise tree brags about its sap running under the bark. Everything happens in the hidden spaces. The seed cracks in darkness, the sprout searches for light unseen, the roots entangle in silence. So why do we rush to expose our dreams? Is it our hunger for validation? The need for someone to say, "Yes, you're on the right path"? But who knows your path better than the voice that whispers to you at night when the world has gone quiet? Who can truly bless what only your soul can build? Let this be your reminder. Keep your plan in your secret chamber. Write it down, yes. Feel it, yes. Water it daily with effort and attention, but share it sparingly. Let your actions be the only proof anyone ever needs. And remember the silent blueprint. Every cathedral that ever touched the sky began as an idea locked away in the mind of a builder who knew when to guard his tongue. He carried the vision like a secret flame until the stones were laid, the arches rose, and the world could see what only he could imagine. So carry your flame carefully. Wrap it in layers of patience and devotion. When the time comes, the doors will swing wide open. But until then, build your life in silence. The cost of speaking too soon, when words steal your fire. What if I told you that every careless word is a tiny leak in the vessel of your spirit? Each time you open your mouth without intention, you trade a piece of your sacred fire for a moment of shallow connection. We do this without noticing, like pouring water into sand. You see, most people speak to feel less alone. We fear the awkward silence between thoughts, so we fill it with idle chatter. Empty phrases, small talk, gossip dressed up as concern. But behind every forced word, you lose a drop of your essence. Every word is currency. Spend it poorly and you are left bankrupt inside. How many times have you confessed a dream just to hear someone say, "But is that realistic?" How many ideas have you watched crumble under the weight of someone else's doubt? One careless opinion can feel like a stone dropped on your sprouting seed. Neuroscience shows that when we hear gossip or negativity, our mirror neurons fire. Our brain mimics the emotion it hears. Fear feeds fear. Doubt feeds doubt. So when you open your life's blueprint to everyone's commentary, you invite their noise into your temple. Your clean walls get painted with graffiti you never wanted. There's a reason ancient wisdom keeps returning to silence. In Zen monasteries, monks might speak only once a day or once a week. Their words are like sacred coins minted in the vaults of their soul, spent only when the heart knows it will serve the whole. Each syllable lands heavy, alive, electric. No word wasted. The opposite is our modern way. We explain ourselves endlessly. We justify every step. We share half-finished plans hoping for approval that never truly satisfies. We become addicted to other people's opinions, forgetting that every borrowed belief is a chain. Imagine if a tree asked every passing bird whether it should grow another branch. If the oak consulted the sparrows, would it ever reach the sky? I once heard the story of a young artist who told her friends she would paint a masterpiece. They praised her so much that she felt the rush of victory without ever picking up a brush. Years passed, but the canvas stayed empty. The praise became a ghost of what could have been. Sometimes applause kills more dreams than criticism ever could. The cost of speaking too soon is not just lost momentum, it's a subtle betrayal of your own inner compass. Every time you put your vision out for others to judge before it's ready, you abandon your deepest knowing. So, how do you protect this flame? Practice what the sages called the art of the word fast. Choose one day to answer only what is asked. Speak slowly. Taste your words on your tongue before they leave your lips. Let your breath hold them for a heartbeat longer. Ask yourself, does this build me or does it scatter me? Some things are too sacred for sunlight. Some seeds need the quiet darkness to grow roots that can hold up a forest. Every powerful vision is like this. It wants your discipline, your silence, your trust. Next time you feel the urge to share your dream too soon, pause. Write it instead. Water it with small, secret actions. Keep the soil moist with devotion, not discussion. Let your life whisper what your mouth guards. There will come a day when your results will speak so loud that words become unnecessary. That day, the dream will stand strong enough to bear the gaze of the world. Until then, protect your fire. Hold your vision close, like a treasure buried in the rich soil of your soul. Let your silence be the fortress where your power grows. Secrets you should never speak, the law of hidden seeds. Some seeds sprout only in darkness. If you pull them from the soil too soon, they shrivel in your hands, roots torn, life unfinished. Your deepest dreams are like these hidden seeds. They crave your silence more than your need to be understood. The ancients understood this well. In the temples of old, priests and priestesses guarded rituals so sacred that even their names were never spoken out loud. They believed that some truths lose power when exposed to unprepared ears, that the vibration of careless words could shatter what was meant to be protected. What about you? Do you guard your sacred seeds or do you throw them into the marketplace of opinions? Do you honor the slow ripening of your vision or do you rush to show a fruit that is not yet ripe?
There is a ruin in confession. Have you ever shared a secret plan, something that set your soul on fire, only to feel it wilt after someone's polite doubt? We do this all the time. We run to tell a friend about our new idea, a book we want to write, a project we hope to birth. And in the echo of their questions, the seed trembles. Psychology calls this the social reality illusion. The moment you share an intention, your mind tricks you into feeling that it has already begun. Your body celebrates. The dopamine flows. But there's no root, no shoot, no harvest. Just a phantom blossom that withers as quickly as it came. Carl Jung's shadow whispers, "When you speak your vision, you awaken the shadows in others. Your dream touches their unconscious fears. Their mind, threatened by what they can't see for themselves, mirrors that fear back to you, subtly, like poison in sweet tea. Picture this. A woman dreams of writing a book. The story keeps her awake at night. Characters visit her in dreams. Sentences appear like fireflies at dawn. One morning, heart brimming, she shares this vision with 10 friends. Each one smiles, but their questions are hooks. Is that realistic? Do you have time? Will it sell? She nods politely, but inside, the glow dims. She closes her notebook. The pages remain empty. The story dies before a single word is born. Some fruits rot when handled too soon. An idea is no different. It must remain hidden on the branch until it is sweet enough to feed the world. It must be nourished by your faith, watered by your effort, fertilized by your devotion to the unseen. What then is the path? Practice the silent seed ritual. Write your dream in a secret journal. Sit with it at dawn, when the world is still half asleep. Read it aloud, not to a room of critics, but to the voice within you that knows how to keep promises. Speak it only to the earth beneath your feet, the sky above your head, and the spirit that beats behind your ribs. There will come a day when the seed bursts from the ground, undeniable, vibrant, too real to be trampled by doubt. But until then, guard it like a sacred ember. The soul always whispers, grow in shadows, bloom in daylight. Guard what is holy until it can stand alone, strong enough to face the winds. If you crave to be understood, remember, the deepest roots never speak of how deep they run. The strongest oak never brags about the storms it survives underground. You do not owe your vision to anyone's approval, only to your own silent faith. Keep this in your chest. When you protect what is delicate, you honor the spiritual law of hidden seeds. And when the bloom comes, the world will wonder how such beauty rose from such silence. Words that should rest, the art of spiritual economy. They say silence is empty, but the wise know silence is full of potential, full of energy, full of all the words that might have been spoken, but were not. When you hold your tongue, you store your power. Every word you speak is like a coin from your spiritual vault. Spend it on gossip, trivial chatter, endless explanations, and you leave your soul's purse turned inside out, rattling with emptiness. Spend it wisely, and your words become seeds that feed generations. We live in a time that worships endless talking. The world shouts, speak, explain, prove. We post our half-born thoughts for all to judge. We narrate every step of our journey, hoping that a like, a comment, a nod of approval will soothe our hunger to be seen. But each word we give away without purpose drains us drop by drop. There's an old Sufi saying, speak only if your words are more beautiful than silence. How much of what you say honors this? Over-explaining is a hidden thief. It steals your mystery, leaks your authority. Power loves the unsaid. It thrives in the gaps between your sentences, the pauses that pull people closer. Like a magnet, your silence draws others to wonder what you're building behind closed lips. Science, too, agrees. When we overload our brain with too many words, cognitive load, they call it, we scatter our mental focus like dandelion seeds in the wind. The mind tires, the spirit frays, And what was once clear becomes tangled in a web of unnecessary noise. Sacred texts have survived for centuries, not because they said everything, but because they held back. Look between the lines of an ancient scripture. It is the space, the breath, the waiting that keeps the fire alive. The gaps are where the soul slips in. A student once asked a Zen master for the meaning of life. The master bent down and in with sand wrote a single word: breathe. No more explanation. The silence around that word was the true teaching. The student carried it for the rest of his days, each breath a lesson unfolding without the burden of more syllables. You too can practice this art. Try this. In one conversation today, say half as much. Listen twice as deeply. Taste your words before they leave you. Are they nourishing, or are they just noise? When you speak less, your voice begins to resonate with an energy that can't be faked. People lean in, not because you're loud, but because your silence hums with something real. Imagine a forest in winter. The trees stand bare, their branches resting under the hush of snow. No frantic blooming, no wasted growth, just the quiet gathering of force for spring. This is what your words should do. Rest like seeds in the frozen soil, storing life until the moment is ripe to bloom. Guard your breath as you would guard your gold. Spend your voice like a sacred offering, not a habit of survival. Let your speech weave more silence than sound. When you master this spiritual economy, your presence alone becomes a message. People will feel the weight of what you do not say. Your restraint will echo louder than any empty noise. So ask yourself often, does this word add more light, or does it scatter my fire? In the end, it is not the many words that build an unbreakable life, but the few that are chosen, planted, and left to grow in the fertile soil of your quiet mind. The power of undisclosed seeds manifest in the shadows. Not every seed craves sunlight at first. Some roots reach deeper precisely because no one watches. They grow wild, untouched by careless voices or opinions that weigh more than they know. Look around you. Nature whispers this lesson in every hidden root system. A mighty oak does not parade its strength. Its trunk stands tall because the roots below hold secrets no eye can see. It is the darkness of the soil that feeds the roots, keeps them moist, shelters them from the winds that would tear them apart if exposed too soon. So why do we humans expose our roots to every passing breeze? Why do we believe that our dreams need applause before they even have leaves? Every word you speak about what you plan to do is a door you open. Sometimes the ones who walk through that door are not the friends of your vision. They bring their fears, their past failures, their unhealed wounds, and they lay these shadows in your garden. Carl Jung warned us, the collective mind molds your pure vision with its fears. When you share an idea with people who cannot hold it, they plant weeds around your seed. Their doubt can wrap around your resolve like ivy choking a young tree. A paradox. The more you keep hidden, the freer your path becomes. The unseen is less likely to be twisted by other people's projections. It can grow wild, unbothered by the second guessing that shrink so many beautiful ideas before they bloom. There is a story I love about an inventor who spent years building a machine that no one believed in. He told no one, not his friends, not his family. He tinkered at night by candlelight, letting the shadows be his confidants. By the time he showed the world, it was too real to be undone by anyone's skepticism.
Critics could scoff, but the machine worked. Its existence spoke louder than any question. What if you practiced this? What if you learned to become an underground forest, your roots thickening in silence, feeding on patience and faith? Underground roots never boast of their depth, yet they hold entire forests upright through storms, droughts, wildfires. When you keep your goals close to your chest, you protect the life force that would otherwise leak out through unnecessary words. Try a practice I call shadow manifestation. Write your vision on paper, but don't show it yet. Speak it only to your soul, the only one who truly knows what you are capable of. Let each action you take be a whisper to the universe. I am coming, quietly, unstoppably. Sometimes people misunderstand this. They think silence means fear, but the greatest power has always moved underground before bursting through the surface. A river carves canyons not by noise, but by patient persistence. A seed breaks stone not with shouts, but with silent insistence. So if your dream feels fragile right now, hold it like you would hold a newborn in the crook of your arm. Keep it warm, protect it from cold stares and careless chatter. It will tell you when it's strong enough to stand in the sun. When that day comes, you will know. Your actions will speak louder than any promise you could have made. And the same people who once doubted will stand before your forest, speechless, wondering how such greatness grew in shadows they never bothered to see. Remember this. Some dreams crave the darkness first. They gather strength, they weave themselves into your bones. And when they finally bloom, no wind, no word, no doubt can ever tear them down. The sacred chamber. Let your silence become your signal. So here you stand, builder of hidden cathedrals, guardian of seeds that crave the dark. Perhaps you've begun to see it now. Your silence is not emptiness. It is a sacred chamber, a garden where your future roots itself far from careless feet. In this chamber, you do not owe explanations to those who cannot feel your fire. You do not scatter your strength like breadcrumbs for the approval-hungry crows. Instead, you gather every drop of your vision like water in a deep well, feeding your soul each time you return to sip in secret. Think of the old mystics who spoke of the inner sanctum, a hidden room behind the heart where only you and the divine can enter. Your dreams live there. Your deepest blueprint breathes there. When you dare to keep the door closed to the world, the room grows warm with possibility. Too often we betray this room. We fling open the door to every passing visitor. Look what I'm planning. Listen to what I want to be. And every opinion, every doubt, every half-meant compliment leaves fingerprints on the white walls. What once was pure becomes muddied by noise. Guard your sanctum. When you feel the urge to speak too soon, ask yourself, does this person hold fertile soil for my seeds, or will their fears salt my ground? Words carry vibration, but so does silence. The tree grows in quiet. The river deepens in silence. The stars burn billions of years without telling anyone how they shine. And still, they light the night. There's a reason why the monks, the sages, the prophets, the healers all return to quiet. In the hush, they find the voice that guides them. In the hush, they hear the truth behind the noise. So here's a practice. Each morning, wake and step into your secret chamber. Sit with your vision, just you and your breath. Feel it take shape behind your closed eyes. Write it. Whisper it to yourself. Then carry it like an ember in your chest as you walk through the noisy world. Let your actions become your tongue. Let your work become your answer. When they ask, "What are you building?" smile gently. Let your silence do the speaking. Because one day, the seed you guarded will break through the surface. Your forest will stand undeniable, roots so deep that no storm can unearth them. And all those who once doubted, all those who asked, "Is it realistic?" will find themselves dwarfed by the quiet power of what you built without asking permission. Remember this: silent builders shape the world. They know that the strongest structures were once invisible blueprints hidden inside minds that trusted the dark. So build your life in silence. Speak less, do more. Write in secret, work in secret, plant in secret, until the bloom can no longer be hidden. In a world drunk on noise, become the hush that humbles the room. When you enter, let your quiet be the echo of your work, a signal that says, "This is what I've grown," while you were busy talking. You do not need to prove your worth with empty chatter. Your results will roar louder than any promise ever could. So hold your vision close, tend to it like a sacred flame, and when the time comes, let the forest you've grown in shadows speak for itself, rooted, vast, unshakable.